No.1 Sentai, Gozyuger, Episode 50. Zenith surpasses the No.1. The story starts with Hoeru working at a convenience store as a cashier until a robber the former encounters in episodes 1 and 16 appears yet again to steal. However, the robber came to the store to apologize for stealing and promised to never do that sin again, as he also apologizes to Hoeru about his gang members beating the latter up for revenge 1 year ago, making the Red Wolf himself confused and happy that the robber has turned over a new leaf. However, Hoeru sniffs a bad scent, prompting him to throw the robber to the ground, revealing to be a pocket knife that the latter was about to kill Hoeru as a second revenge. The robber gets up to beat up Hoeru, however the latter takes care of that by kicking him outside the store entry to get lost, making the robber escape by saying he'll come back along with his gang for more vengeance if Hoeru is around this town, which the Red Wolf says he'll always will be around to stop him. The store manager approaches and thanks Hoeru for dealing with the robber, and for that he will give his worker a surprise. Hoeru wonders if the manager will give Hoeru money for the rent, just as the store manager comically shouts at the top of his lungs that Hoeru is fired because of his attitude, as this results in Hoeru to be flung out of the store right into a pile of garbage. Later, while walking in the town, Hoeru is disappointed by this that he lost another job, but smiles that it will never get old, revealing that it has been 1 year since joining the Gozyugers to stop Bryden and Claudis's plot, while also working at jobs that gets him fired all the time, as he is fine with that now that everything has gone back to normal while participating in the restart Battle of the Rings that he wished for. Just then at the plaza, the people are running away in panic when a group of Moris, every foot soldier from the 49 Super Sentai seasons, led by a silver belt combatant, attacks the city, making Hoeru shocked as to why the Moris are still around after the end of Claudis. Somehow, much to his surprise, the Moris started to speak in human language that they'll have revenge on the Gozyugers for Pestis, Bellum, Vidal, and Lex's deaths, as the Moris will bring that kind of death to all people on Earth so that the Horde can become the true death for themselves, while the I, named Gozyu, says that he will avenge his Golden Bell Eye seniors to become the next Golden Bell Eye. The first goal made Hoeru confused and was about to transform to take down all of the Moris. However, 5 Rangers appear in front of the Red Wolf to confront the foot soldiers, revealing the Rangers' suits as white, black, blue, yellow, and pink, as the White Ranger and Center tells Hoeru Senpai to let them do the honors as the Z Sentai themselves battle the Moris. During that, they perform their roll call to be Zenith White, Zenith Black, Zenith Blue, Zenith Yellow, and Zenith Pink, before regrouping to be known as the Harmony Sentai, Zenithmen. Before Zenith White, as that Zenithman name, extracts the Gozyuger Sentai ring from his legacy buckle to insert into his transformation microphone, Transinger, pressing the blue button to bring out the Gozyuger's main weapons to perform a combined finisher, killing most of the Moris for good as Go and the others escaped. All of this makes Hoeru shocked that the Harmony Sentai have that Sentai ring using the 5 Beasts' powers, as it's like plagiarizing Hoeru's and his teammates, as well as the Sentai rings, prompting him to confront the new Sentai about that ring they held. Zenithman himself tells his senior to not get mad, revealing they're not gathering the Sentai rings for one wish from each member, before explaining they came to Japan from Nostal City to search for a Jackaman responsible for bringing in the previous Sentai foot soldiers to attack that former nation, and couldn't believe that the only eye from Bryden remains to ally with those grunts in this assault. The 5 then left to find the Jackaman, much to Hoeru's anger for ditching his question, although he is confused that there is no Red Ranger for that team as well as what is Nostal City. Meanwhile, at the warehouse to think of a plan, Gozyu says they need to combine their powers to defeat the Gozyugers as well as the Zenithmen if they want to achieve their goals, as those Mori's goal is revealed to surpass Pestis to become the true symbol of death due to that title Pestis holds, making Lex holds the title Conquest, like Bellum holds the title of War while Vidal holding the Famine title, and that the Moris don't want to become tools of those 4 members of the Abyssal Calamity Claudis. All of those grunts' anger for vengeance fills up the battery-like item that Go holds to become a mysterious monster filled with that emotion, as Gozyu decides to partner up with that monster to attack the city again. Meanwhile at Half Century, after getting hit in the head with a paper fan by Saori for getting fired again, Hoeru tells his teammates, Rikuo, Rugi, Kenjiro, Sumino, and Mashiro, about his encounter with the Moris along with the Zenithmen, as the six beasts believe that new Super Sentai must have used those rings for other purposes instead of becoming rivals for a wish. Saori's son Aoi, who is in this conversation, says that mysterious team might be surpassing the number one like the Gozyugers because the Zenithmen are based on that Zenith word meaning more powerful or successful. Hoeru believes to be both possible and impossible, however says that he and his teammates will always be number one of their own goals and dreams in their lives, which the five agree with. Just then, they hear explosions from outside that Gozyu along with the Moris and a monster begin their second assault. Hoeru confronts those enemies while his teammates transform to help the people to safety, just until the Zenithmen appear again to stop the army, finding out that the monster they've been searching for wasn't the Jackaman all along. Gozyu says that the two Sentai's powers won't go up against the monster as well as the Moris and himself fusing into combined combat at the end, and together with the angry monster attack the Zenithmen, prompting Hoeru to transform into Gozyu Wolf to help them. Later, the Zenithmen use the first 5 Rei Ma Sentai rings to change into those Sentai warriors: white into Kaira Mei Red, black into Boon Black, blue into Zenkai Rune, yellow into Ina's sister, and pink into Papillon here, by pressing the red button on the Trizinger to weaken the fused combatant, making Wolf surprised by this just until a silver ring hits onto his head, picking it up to reveal a red Metallic Hero 2026 ring. Believing to be something else special out of nowhere, he retransforms into that red metallic hero and battles the angry emotion monster, much to Zenith White's amazement upon a red metal hero that he didn't know about. Hoeru then uses the Jekido emotional burst from the Gavarian trigger to defeat the angry monster for good, releasing the battery away from the battle scene. Not only that, but the silver ring disappears from Wolf's Tegasword, causing him to transform much to his confusion. The battery was grabbed by a young man in red, calling the battery to be called the Nagamurgear, containing the Emergy of Ikari, Wrath, as he almost holds the appearing silver ring, saying that the Red Wolf managed to defeat the Imant by using the red metallic hero's power, before he then leaves to continue his job as a space sheriff. Gavan Infinity, combined combatant the end, also gets destroyed by the Zenithmen performing the Goranger Storm from that Sentai ring. After the battle, when the 5 Gozyugers regrouped with Hoeru, Zenithman transforms and introduces himself to the 6 beasts as Mosiah Jisai, a 15-year-old boy from Nostal City, who tells the 6 that he and the Harmony Sentai will carry on the Super Sentai and Gozyugers' legacy to protect the Earth from their own enemies, and hoping to meet them again in person 2 years later in 2028 before leaving, as the Gozyugers were confused as to what the Zenithmen meant meeting them in person, before deciding to head back to Half Century as the restart Battle of the Rings continues. However, Hoeru somehow ends up in an apocalyptic city alone where it is not the universe war, but something bigger, as a huge debris comes towards him, causing him to wake up in panic, finding out from his bedroom that it was all a dream. Getting up in the morning and heading outside, he gets confronted by Toei producer Kazu Sakimoto, who challenges Hoeru into a #1 battle so that the former can get the Stray Wolf's rings to win for a wish that he always cherished as a child, as this match would be not only disqualified Hoeru, but also firing him again since the visit to Toei to get a job. Hoeru accepts the challenge to take place at a cornfield, where Kazu transforms into Universe Warrior Akarenger while Hoeru as Gozyu Wolf to begin their #1 battle, which in the end Wolf wins in obtaining the Goranger ring from the producer, beginning the ending montage of the 6 Gozyugers, the Tega family, and Bryden members on their daily lives.